Welcome everybody to Bearcat Insider slash podcast, and today we're going to just ask a few questions of each other and kind of talk about what's going on in the world today. And of course, I'm Chance Kirby and got my partner Travis Marsh with me.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Chance, for having me. I sure enjoy doing this. It's always fun to talk anything Bearcat and some things not Bearcat.
Well, sadly for Pilot Point, we're really the only Bearcat news going.
That's true.
Poor guys.
Whenever I go back and I listen to us, I laugh at some of the stuff that comes out, but that's okay. It's a lot of fun, and I really enjoy it.
Well, good. This week, the UIL put spring 2020 to bed, and so now all we have to do is look forward to the upcoming year. And my first question, I was wondering when all of that happened, is when or has the UIL given you guys any directions on when you can start communicating with your kids and try to get back into some sense of normalcy, or are you still just waiting?
Well, so with the UIL officially kind of ending 2019-2020, and then Governor Abbott basically doing the same thing, you know, the talk's been, there's a petition going around from a certain group of coaches talking about trying to finish the spring state championships. I personally haven't seen it. I heard about it from a friend of mine who coaches tennis at Justin Northwest, and you know, I haven't seen anything like that, and I don't anticipate that being the thing that happens. One, because we as coaches don't really have any control over that. So the baseball coach, the softball coach, the track coach, tennis coach, all those, you know, it is not our responsibility, or is it a call that we can make, nor is it an athletic director thing. But right now the mandate that we've been given is we can involve specific instruction with our kids that cannot be more than 8 hours per week. Okay, that is what the thing's been set, and so Coach David's done a really good job pushing us as coaches to stay in contact with kids, and so you know, I have a family group with Coach Lane that we take care of. Coach Kramer has a group with Coach Freeze, Coach Perez, Coach Allen, Coach McNabb have a group, Coach Peacock and Coach David have a group. And so we keep in touch with all of our football kids that way. But the best thing is you know, Coach Kramer's done Zoom calls with the baseball kids, and most of the track kids or most of our football kids. Coach Price is using running apps to stay in touch with his cross-country kids. The girls have procedures in place for workouts and for staying in touch. And so really we've done a really good job as a whole coaching staff to adjust to the climate that we're in now, which is Google Classroom and Canvas and Zoom calls and Facebook, or not Facebook, I'm sorry, Google Hangouts and stuff like that. And so it's been a really good thing, trying to maximize the little bit that we have with our athletes right now. So as of right now, the UIL has said, you know, 8 hours a week. Now, if that changes at the summer, we don't know yet, and then we have no definite start point for when, you know, normal activities can resume.
Well, let me go a little further with that question.
Okay.
All of this communication and contact you're talking about is digital. Are you not allowed physical contact and getting the kids together? Is that due to a UIL mandate, or is that something through these different counties that have certain restrictions as far as social distancing?
So that's a UIL mandate.
Okay.
It is a UIL thing, you know, and I guess you're at the honor system for if a school's gonna ignore it or not. You know, some little town in West Texas, they could probably get together every day and, you know, have football practice, and nobody would ever know. So, you know, you're with the honor system, and not only that, yeah, you're at the Be Smart system. And you know, the best interest of our community and the best interest of our kids is to stay away from each other right now with everything that's going on. And if we'll follow the guidelines and do what we're supposed to do, maybe we can get past this thing a little bit quicker. What
is the current deadline? Didn't they back it up to end of May now, the UIL?
Yeah, for sure it's through the end of school year. It's through the end of May. And they haven't given a definite date for anything except that we're finished with the 2019-2020 sports year.
So then if it falls back to normal, let's say at the end of May, then we would go right into summer camps, and you just kind of try to pick up where you left off?
Yes, sir. And you know, the big thing with that is through all these phases that our government has set up, there was no phase for the reinstatement of school activity. Phase one was, we would do whatever. They would unlock a certain percentage of being able to do stuff. And then phase two, it gets a little bit better. And then phase three, it's a little bit better. But there's no phase that says, oh, if we make it through phase two, sports for kids resumes. Mm-hmm. And so that's going to be up to the UIL to make that call. And man, I promise you, as coaches, as every single coach on the boys and girls side, we are chomping at the bit for the UIL to say, hey, you can have your kids back and normal activity can resume, because we miss being able to do things the way that we're accustomed to doing them.
Is that something you guys have had discussions about as far as getting it laid out on how it would look like, or is it really no point in doing that since you don't know how they're going to turn you loose?
We have a plan in place for the date that it's given.
Gotcha.
And that's as soon as they give us the, if UIL were to tell us on May 31st that July 1st is our start date, there's a plan in place. And I know that sounds mysterious and vague, and that's intentional, because there's no point in saying the plan and then the plan change. We went through that with our football schedule and things like that. We're going to play our cards close to our chest until we don't need to, whenever we know for sure what's coming. But man, we as coaches, we meet weekly, and we get on a Zoom call, and it's always great to see the other coaches on staff and to keep in touch with those guys. And during those meetings, there is a plan in place, and it's rock solid. We're ready to go. It's just when do we get the green light?
Hey, I got a big surprise for you. I know it's going to be a shocker. Hope you're ready for this. We actually have taken on a sponsor.
Okay.
Yes, the Pilot Point Post Signal. And this is a real sponsor, not a Terry Slay View from the Press Box sponsor. It's a real sponsor that they wanted to be our title sponsor for this podcast, since we are sadly the only Bearcat news out there. And so
perfect.
Yeah, so it made me think of, speaking of questions and material, do you remember the first time you were ever in the Post Signal?
The silence is me thinking. It's not that I don't hear you. I think you'd have to go back, and I didn't move here until end of 4th grade. The only time that I can remember is between my junior and senior year, a picture at summer workouts.
Gotcha.
That's it. And I think I might have a picture of that picture, or a cutout in a scrapbook that my grandmother made for me. My dad's mom, Nana, that she made for me. It might be in there, but I think it is locked in my classroom right now. So that might be a revisit. But I'll look around and see if I can find it. But other than that, I don't. That's the earliest that I can remember.
Mine was 1975 or 6. I was about 3, and it was Halloween. And there's a picture of me in a terrible Halloween costume, dressed as an owl.
Perfect.
And, that made the Post Signal. But
hey, I'm going to make you feel old for a second, and that was roughly 7 years before I was born.
Oh, you don't have to make me feel old. I know I'm old.
Okay, good. I'm glad you embrace it.
Yeah, but David called, and he wanted to sponsor us. So there you go. We got a sponsor, and everybody loves to complain about the paper, but it's a good thing we have it, because it would be a lot worse without it. And I know he does a really good job covering sports. He's got a pretty good photographer for that too. And,
yeah, that's what I've heard. I've seen that guy around before.
Yeah, he walks around a lot. But no, I appreciate David jumping on and saying he wanted to get involved, and there you go. Bearcat Insider's first sponsor. What do you got?
On that same note with the Post Signal, not only do I get a paper subscription to the Post Signal, but with my paper prescription, I also have access to the online edition. And so that's a cool thing that David's offering. I'm really glad that he is, because I enjoy pulling it up on my computer or on my phone just as much as I enjoy reading it at the table in the mornings.
Well, it serves both purposes, because the digital one is for you to look at the minute it comes out, but the paper one is for Grandma to make a scrapbook out of. And remember when the bank used to cut stuff out and laminate it, and then they would send it to you if you were in the Post Signal and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you still got to have
So,
that hard copy, or you wouldn't have anything to save.
Absolutely. But no, I do love our hometown paper, and they do a great job. I sure enjoy seeing the guys coming in and out of the school, and they do a good job of not just following athletics, but they do a great job of following our FFA kids and academic achievements as well.
Yeah, it's kind of like toilet paper. I don't think you realize how important that Post Signal is unless it was gone. Then I think that people would realize that local paper is a little more important than they gave it credit for.
Now, did you just insinuate using the Post Signal as toilet paper?
You could, but do it on Saturday after you read it when it comes out on Thursday.
Man, quarantine is hitting us hard, man.
You got to take steps to get things right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, Coach Marsh, to close it out, I was thinking on what's something fun, kind of like your movies for quarantine.
Yeah.
And so I've got a question for you. You were an athlete, and then you've been a coach, so you've been around big games and trying to get fired up most of your life. I want to know what your top 5 songs to get fired up over are.
Well, my personal top 5, let me think. My personal top 5, they're going to be pretty boring. I'm kind of a chill kind of guy before the games. I'm not one that I'm not going to listen to something to get hyped on the bus ride, because it doesn't do me any good. But in no particular order, because I can't get an order off the top of my head. Back in Black by AC/DC.
Good one.
I always, that's one that I like. Give Me Shelter by the Rolling Stones.
Didn't expect that to be coming.
Yeah, well, just wait.
It gets better.
Yeah. Now this one's just, I don't know. You're just gonna have to bear with me, but it's "Hold On, I'm Coming" by Sam and Dave.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with Sam and Dave.
Yeah.
Little interesting trivia. When the Blues Brothers in the movie are driving to the mall, which they ultimately drive through, they're listening to the Best of Sam and Dave 8-track. That's what he pushes into the 8-track player in the car.
Okay. That's great trivia there.
Hey, big Blues Brothers fan.
I obviously,
Had it as a kid, and it wasn't just one VCR tape. It took 2 to watch the whole movie.
Man, now I want to go watch the Blues Brothers.
Let's do it.
It's Elwood and
Jake,
Elwood and Jake. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So "Hold On, I'm Coming" by Sam and Dave, number 3. And then not the last one, this is number 4, is it's a song, it's an instrumental from a movie. It's called "Promontory" from Last of the Mohicans.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. And then "Your Hand in Mine" by Explosions in the Sky, which is also known as the Friday Night Lights song.
Okay.
Those are my 5. Like I said, man, I'm not a adrenaline junkie like that.
Yeah, I don't see anyone running through a wall.
Yeah, now I'll say that, and then if we're talking while we're in pregame and going through kicking game and all that, I always like "Let's Go" by Lil Jon.
Okay.
But can't really. It's explicit, so you don't hear much of the song.
What? Lil Jon cusses?
Yeah. I like how you said "what"
Yeah.
in there. And then, man, this goes back to my playing days. There is nothing better than being on the field and things are going great for the Bearcats and hearing a little rock and roll part 2 coming from the band.
Yeah.
I'm always a fan of that. I know he's not as cool as he used to be, but Gary Glitter, man.
And you called me old earlier. We've had the Rolling Stones, Sam and Dave, Gary Glitter. Wow.
And two instrumentals.
Yeah.
So I'm an old soul.
Okay.
But man, it'd be awesome to hear back from some of the people out there of what their favorites are to kind of get pumped up, or workout music, or whatever.
Yeah, maybe when I'm out and about, if I run into anyone, I'll ask them, or maybe on a Zoom call. Won't you break up some of the seriousness and ask some of the kids?
If you're out and about and you run into someone, that means that you're not executing proper social distancing.
They gotta eat, man. Gotta go to the grocery store. Gotta shop local. Gotta go get my copy of the Post Signal at the rack at the front door.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Or you can get your digital copy.
Hey, yeah, there you go. Well, good deal. You got anything else for this week, or is that? Or well, I say
No.
this week. You never know. We might fire out another one of these.
Yeah, no, man, that's about it for right now. You know, we'll be in a holding pattern for a little bit regarding words from the UIL, but I'm thinking that our next episode, so it'd be season 1, episode 6.
I don't know. We kind of when we went to podcast, it turned into more of segments of one episode. I don't know where we're at anymore.
Okay, well, whatever. I think we might try to pump out a little short history lesson.
Okay, let's do it. I like history.
And so, all right, man. Well, hey, thanks for having me. And as always, it's great to be, Robin to your Batman. And,
yeah, right.
And I look forward to hearing from you soon.
All right, everybody, take care and go Bearcats.